Good morning. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Crypto Hour with your boy, Rodney Sorensen.
And Jake Egg, and welcome back. Beautiful day here. Happy Valentine's Day to all of our lovers out there. Happy Valentine's Day to all of our single Web3 friends. We love you guys. We love you. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Rodney.
Happy Valentine's Day, Jake. How you doing, buddy, today? You feeling the love?
I am feeling the love, guys. I got up early. Got a nice little workout in, and nice. I sent some Valentine's Day flowers to all my Valentines out there. So if you got one, special you, Rodney, you should be getting a special present delivered to your door today. It is not flowers, but it is a cider card coming your way, baby.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And to all my haters out there, wish me happy Valentine's Day because I am your daddy. But you can call me Poppy for my bilingual people out there. Jake.
Rodney, as we always start the show, can we do a toast? A cheers. Cheers to everybody that's joining us,
guys. Who's our sponsor today, Jake?
Our sponsor is Starbucks. Let's go. Our show's growing, so Starbucks came in. They said, Jake, we see you drinking the Starbucks coffee. But anyways, that's a sidebar. Rodney, cheers to you. Cheers to the DJs, and cheers to all of our Valentines that are out there today.
Absolutely, man. Good morning. It's a fantastic day down here in sunny San Diego. And, man, let me tell you, Jake, this news is getting a little crazy for me. It's getting a little crazy.
What news, bro? I mean, I haven't seen any news today. I literally just got home.
Well,
what's going on?
CPI data is out. And
bullish?
Well, no, but the cryptocurrency markets are responding pretty well, which is interesting. Like, the markets are sending. Let me just show you guys this real quick.
They're not sending, dude. I literally just looked at the markets. It's like we're up.
That's not bad.
I mean, but we're also down 15% of the week. It's like, yes, we're having a good day.
Yeah.
We're having a good day. We're having a small rally today, probably because everybody's feeling the love today. But it's like we're not sending.
This is not.
The market looks good. It looks better than it did yesterday. We're not dying, but it's like we're down. You don't remember where we're at right now.
We have what's his name? We have Jake over here in a big party pooper. What's up, Crypto Deb? What's up, Jay Hawk?
Can you tell I just got off a live stream with Dom yesterday?
Everything's bad. These are bad. Well,
you're right. We are. Hey, look, we are in the green today. I should be positive. I'm a moon boy too. Like I am a moon boy at heart. But yeah, I was on the stream with Dom yesterday, and I just got so much doom. So I'm like, fuck it. I got to break that. Get out of that. Get out of that shell with Dom.
Yeah, come on, Jake.
We're back. Come on, give me back, Rodney. Now I forgot it's the Crypto Hour. Let's fucking go.
Snap back. Guys, do me a favor, smash that like button. You guys are chatty today. We got Javi in the chat,
baby.
We got Javi. Look at Javi. Look at this guy. Javi Coffee.
Come on, Coffee. Come on, Hovey. I don't know why I call him Hovey, but it looks like a Hovey.
I've been calling him Hovey for like the first like half. He was like first half year of him like following me. Like I called him what was it, Hovey, and everyone's like, dude, it's Javi. So I don't know.
It is. I think it is Javi.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow the same trend.
Matthew, Adrian, DNA Designs, Mizzy, Matt, Sacco Hunt, Slim Cheeses. We got Stefan, Racket Club, Original DJs in the house, Lee Mills. We got Crypto Deb. What's up, Crypto Deb? Crypto High. We got Sem Tamis, Bud Yeti, Web Twerp. We got
Migration complete.
Dude, we got the whole squadron here. Timbo Slice, Jason, and another $20 for $20 donation from Sacco Hunt. More beer money. Blockchain Betty. Oh my God.
Keep that beer money for Coachella because we're drinking some beers at Coachella. I'll tell you that much, Rodney.
We're
drinking some beers at Coachella. You ready, babe? Hey.
Are you ready?
That's my favorite thing that Rodney ever says, guys, right there. Is just, you ready? Hey, you ready, babe? Babe, hey, you ready? Hey, you ready?
I'm in a perpetual state of being fired up, Jake. You know what I mean? I'm always on one. I'm always at 100, you know?
Yeah, you have to be, though. Life's good, man. Can I tell you a story? Breaking news here?
Absolutely, yeah.
I went for a walk last night, just down the street to my neighborhood.
Little nature walk?
Huh?
Little nature walk or what?
I was going to the beach, right? So I actually went down to go down to the beach, but they were doing construction. So I was going to go down to the beach. I went up one more block, and all of a sudden, I hear car screeching and a fucking poof, bang, a thump. And it was about a block away. I heard it. I see people kind of start running up. So I started running up to the scene, and a dude on a motorcycle, I don't know how it happened. I didn't see it. I heard it, right? And I kind of saw it after it happened, but I ran up. Dude on the motorcycle hit this car head on. He was literally like under the Prius. My God. And as I was like running up, they were like pulling him out.
And
he
God.
he got hit by a Prius. It seemed like it was at a pretty good speed. He made it. I mean, at least for what I know, he was fine. But like when I got there was like 4 people in his face. I didn't want to overwhelm him, so I was just there. They were just like, "You're gonna be okay. Don't like, dude." It was a wild thing.
Oh my God!
They were like, "You're gonna be okay. Like, you're here. You're alive. What's your name?" And he was like trying to take off his helmet. They're like, "Don't take off your helmet." But essentially, like a car was just turning left. He was coming head on, and dude, the motor. I didn't have my phone. I left my phone at home. But yeah, the motorcycle just hit him. He flew off. It was like under the car. and I think he's going to be okay. But it was just like, it's weird how it takes like those moments for you to be like, to snap in and be like, whoa, like I'm great. Like I was just on the beach, like, wow, I'm grateful I can even walk right now. I'm grateful, like, because I could have walked 20, 30 seconds earlier. Maybe I would have got hit by the car because it was a block away. But just a wild story, especially to see that shit in real life. It's like, man, life is so fragile, at any moment. Any moment you can go. Moral of the story, Rodney? Don't ride motorcycles.
Party more. Oh.
No, that's it. Like, dude, I mean, like, motorcycles are fucking dangerous, bro.
They're so dangerous. I remember I wanted a motorcycle growing up, and then one of my my old bosses, I was like 20. She's like, "How about this? You work in an ER for a couple months, and tell me you want a motorcycle." And I was like, it's not like if you're gonna fall, it's when you're gonna fall. That's what I hear.
Really? It's just, I mean, it's really like, and I would love to have a motorcycle. No hate to motorcycle, especially people in California. They get by so easy with traffic and stuff. But it's like, bro, you're literally like out in the open riding at 60, 70, 80 miles per hour. And dude, most people that are driving nowadays are texting. Most people just text and drive.
Oh yeah,
we have Teslas. We text and we let our car drive us, right? Shout out to Elon Musk. But yeah, it's like it's asking for injury, right? Like if that guy would have got hit in a car, he would be fine. No one would have come out. The ambulance wouldn't even come, right? It would just been a normal accident. But because he's on a motorcycle, he fell off, and the rest was history.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah. You guys, life is precious. So, spend time with your loved ones, party more. You know what I mean? Date as many people as possible.
I love how you mix it in. Fucking, hey guys, really, you got to be grateful for life. You gotta enjoy it. You gotta exercise, and you gotta party more. You gotta party. But it's true though. Like it depends where you're at in your life. If you're young, like dude, me and Rodney are young. We're in our prime. We're single. We're having fun. You have to enjoy life. You have to explore life, and some of the best times you'll have, I really do believe, are out at night with your friends. At music festivals or at shows or whatever the case may be. It's like you create memories that way.
Yeah, 100%, man. And those memories are irreplaceable, man. And we have some interesting banter from the chat. Chat going absolutely crazy. Jayhawk, calm down. Jayhawk's wilding, bro. Can't have a female in the chat without Jayhawk going crazy. But anyways, let's get up to the CPI data. Let's talk about the CPI data.
Jayhawk.
Okay, so the CPI data came in this morning, and everyone was expecting it to be lower, pretty much. So inflation data came in at 6.4, which is still an improvement, right? We're still going down, but not at a faster rate. Now, we expected it to be 6.2, so a couple points, a couple points higher than that. And we expected the year-over-year core to be 5.6, and it was 5.6 and expected to be 5.5. Now, we saw a huge increase and Shelter was pretty much the thing that sent this or made the numbers not as good as expected. So I'm seeing that myself. I know that the rent in my apartment complex, I just got raised $200 and something.
Me too.
That's crazy. So, I mean, we're all seeing that. So that does make sense. But Jake, the markets were supposed to react negatively to that, but they're not. They're pumping a little bit, You said they're not pumping, negative Nancy, but they're looking good.
I'm back now. I had a stream yesterday with him. I was all depressed afterwards.
Yeah.
But the guy's usually right, which is crazy. Macro Mondays, guys, every day on my channel, every 100%. Monday on my channel, 9 a.m. PST. Like the guy he's a savant when it comes to the markets. It's insane. He's been right pretty much 98% of the time. But and I think that kind of like sticks on me when I come over here. But markets are reacting. They're responding positively today, which is good news. But the markets tend to not really move in correlation with how news, like sometimes like we'll get terrible news and the markets will, right? Or sometimes we'll get good news and the markets will dump. It's like really the markets the markets they have their own brain, they move in their own way. So this could just be a fact of that. The market's just doing what markets do. But hey, at the end of the day, green days are green days, Rodney, and they are good. Do you still expect, because we've talked about this a few times, do you still expect us to go lower? Do you still expect there to be more pain? And by that, I mean the bottom right now, the bottom of this bear market was around 15.5. It wicked down there. It wicked down to 15.5. You think we're going to go lower than 15.5?
I think we are. I think we are. I think we're going to go around that. I think that is the bottom-ish area. I'm hearing people say some 10K, but here's the thing. I'm looking for the catalyst when it comes to the macroeconomic situation that it's going to push the market down. I don't see it, but what I could see is something like another harsh regulatory, rule passed down, or somebody getting sued by the SEC, and those sorts of things happening. Bank of America, Wells Fargo. So they did say that, hey, the fourth largest bank says the bear market is over. So that's interesting, right, from a bank. But I mean, they're not always right,
No, they're usually wrong. It's like there's just like that's the thing with nowadays, man. There's just so much information out there. It's like you literally have what Wells Fargo's saying. You got JP Diamond saying that, or JP Morgan and Jamie Dimon saying this. You got Warren Buffett saying this. You got BitBoy. It's like there's just so much news out there. That's why it's important for you to make decisions on your own. Like really like do your own research, like make decisions on your own. Like I'm convicted in the fact that cryptocurrency and blockchain technology will be here for the future, right? But you have certain things that come in, like all this regulation now. No one was expecting this. Remember about a year ago or even a few months ago, we were doing our streams and we're like, do you think regulation is going to come? And we're like, oh, we want it to come. All of a sudden in 2023, like we have major regulation coming in from the SEC, going in and shutting down Kraken staking.
Stop it.
Like doing everything they're doing, like with BUSD yesterday, which I know we're going to talk about, which I'm excited to talk about today. But there's just so many different factors that come in. But I think it's important to just, hey, are you bullish on crypto? Do you think it's going to be here for the long run? Good. Are you bullish on, which projects are you bullish on? Why are you bullish on those, 100%. Right? Have conviction, stick to it, because that way it's like when you have all these ups and downs in the news and reports and, falsehoods, it's like you're convicted to what you truly believe in.
Yeah, when it comes to the grand scheme of things, guys, it's nothing's that serious. We know that we all believe that during the next halving, crypto's going to ascend. It's going to pass its all-time highs like it does every single cycle. You know what I mean? So that's what we feel is going to happen. It's like these short-term things that happen day to day are not the biggest deal, but I mean, it's still something to pay attention to. What's up, Ozum? What's up, Bleaves? Got the whole fam in the house.
Fellas? What's up, fellas?
MetaMonkey AI fam in the house. We have Bleaves, who's always wrong, in the house. What's up, Bleaves?
Bleaves is usually wrong.
Usually wrong. I would say.
He's usually wrong. But he is right, though. Bleaves is right.
Yeah.
Bleaves is always right. Rodney, why are you talking shit? He's always right.
No, me and Bleaves roast each other. Bleaves hit me with
Bleaves,
the
We
hardest.
need Bleaves back on the show, bro. Me and Bleaves have some of the best banter ever.
Yeah.
Best banter ever.
Yeah. Bleaves is absolute legend in the space. But when it comes to the day-to-day stuff, Jake, it doesn't really matter. And when it comes to the grand scheme of things, but this keeps us going, baby. This is what we like to hear. And we want some doom, baby. And the thing was, when it came to the CPI data, although it was better, it's not going down at a fast rate as it was before. But if you think about it, I mean, we were really smashing through inflation, since we thought it peaked in June, right? It's been going down. And so that's why we've been so bullish lately. And everyone's like, okay, Jerome Powell can kind of like ease off, hiking the interest rates like crazy, So, we like to see that. So
at the end of the day, bro, we just have bullish markets. And here's the thing. I was talking with Dom about this yesterday. It's like he was giving all these facts and statistics about how this is the same as 1929. I'm like, bro, this is 29. Not the same as just in general. There was like a huge like he's just saying markets will always do what markets do. And I'm like, no. You know why? You know why it's different, Dom? Because majority of people have this in their phone. Most people can download Robinhood and invest in whatever meme coins, shit coins, stocks, etc. Right? Like the times have changed.
Less meme coins, yeah.
Back in 1929, you had to call your stockbroker and say, hey, I want to place a trade on that. Like it was very, very difficult. So the ease of use and the mass adoption is here. So it's like we have so many. Bro, I walk into my barbershop and people are talking about, you
buy Dogecoin?
Dogecoin, but mostly like Robinhood and what they're trading and the Discord that they join and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like everybody is now an investor. So people are just waiting. Like I'm telling you, once we get a little bit of bullish news, these markets are going to absolutely send. It's because everybody is an investor now. Everybody's an investor.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's so easy to just pick up your phone. And what's crazy is the rise of meme stocks and meme coins, although that's just recent, I think that has to do with, I think a lot of these people would never have ever thought about buying stocks or anything like that if it wasn't for just the fun of it all. You know what I mean? And like the power to the people kind of aspect to it, And a lot of those people that bought meme stocks are now stuck in the markets. A lot of them quit, but a lot of them are stuck in here now,
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like buying Apple. It's pretty fucking boring, Buying Disney, like
boring.
Buying Tesla is cool because you support Elon. I don't know. I'm an Elon fan. Yeah. Support Elon. Buy Twitter. It's now private. You can't buy Twitter, but I mean, buying Dogecoin and seeing it rise. Buying GameStop, AMC, coming back from the dead. Bankrupt Bed Bath and Beyond. Like right now, that's a new one. Literally, Bed Bath and Beyond is like, hey, we're bankrupt. We have no money, right? Like we literally have no money, and the stock is pumping. Like
that's fine.
You want to?
No, but that's the people's like reaction because you have absolutely not. you have all these hedge funds shorting it, and people are like, "Well, f these hedge funds."
I know it's great. It's literally great, but it's like I mean, it is very very fun, and like there's stronger communities in these spaces. You know, like
Yeah.
they really are. It's cool to be a part of a community. Like for us, we make content. It's nice to be a part, but like as an investor, it's nice to be a part of a community that's there every day and in telegrams and voice chats and, you know, supporting each other. Cause you don't get that when you buy Bitcoin. You don't get that when you buy Ethereum, but you get that when you buy these new tokens that come out.
Yeah, 100%, man. And the crazy thing about the whole meme stock thing is like, it's like literally these hedge funds were shorting these companies because it's like, yeah, it was a good thing to do. Like that's a smart, educated guess. It's like this company's going to fail, and like, you know, we're going to short it, and everyone's like, yeah, f you. You know what I mean? So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
So the BUSD Paxos USDC situation.
Let's get into it because I all I know is what happened yesterday. Like, give me the knowledge. I know you study on this and I know you got the tinfoil hat on today.
Got the tinfoil. Cue the X-Files music. It's about to get real deep here. Okay, so one thing that we said when the collapse of FTX happened was, although CZ didn't cause it, he was really a big reason why it started at a fast rate, right? And business is brutal, right? It's cutthroat, correct? Now, since then, Binance, right, the exchange, controls over 55% of the trading when it comes to cryptocurrency. That's a huge share of the market. Now, who was the one main figure that faced a lot of scrutiny during the collapse of FTX? Well, that was Kevin O'Leary, right? Now, CZ and Kevin O'Leary were going at it. Kevin O'Leary was talking shit about CZ, pretty much saying that, I mean, who knows who's regulating some of these stable coins, and talked about monopolies, and that, you know, pretty much they were going back and forth in the media, right? And everyone hated Kevin O'Leary. Why? Because he was defending SBF tooth and nail in public. So that made Kevin O'Leary look pretty bad, right? Okay. Kevin O'Leary is a investor in BlackRock. Keep that in mind. Okay. So we know that yesterday, the day before yesterday, the New York SEC, right? Pretty much is going after Paxos, saying, hey, you cannot be minting BUSD anymore. Binance is stablecoin, and Binance holds a lot of the reserves in that stablecoin, right? So SEC and the New York Department of Financial Services, right, looked into Paxos and shut it down, right? Now, allegedly, the person who filed that complaint was Circle USDC, another stablecoin.
Wow.
Get this. Okay, so recently, Brian Armstrong was like, hey, man, the SEC trying to make us get rid of staking. They're making Kraken takedowns. We're going to fight the SEC tooth and nail if they come after us. You know what I mean? Pretty much that's what Brian Armstrong is saying, the savior of crypto. But keep in mind, not too long ago, we learned that BlackRock and Coinbase made a partnership, right? They back them. We also know that BlackRock is managing funds for USDC. So Kevin O'Leary is an investor in BlackRock. BlackRock is backing USDC and Coinbase. So Brian Armstrong is saying, hey, man, we got to fight against regulators and those sorts of things. But now we see maybe some more gamesmanship. Maybe it's Kevin O'Leary, maybe it's Coinbase, and another stable coin, all going after Binance a little bit, getting rid of their stable coin first, which is very, very interesting. They filed the complaint and got the SEC and the New York Department of Financial Services to look into Paxos and BUSD and shut it down. So that's a very, very interesting connection. It's like, oh, okay, so this is more kind of cutthroat business. We have USDC pretty much shutting down BUSD and those sorts of things. So it's a weird connection, right?
There's a lot going on there. And usually if it makes sense like that, it probably should. It's like, I mean, you have to look at this man that's on the screen right now on the left right here, Kevin O'Leary. Probably one of the most powerful people in terms of the financial services. I mean, this guy has billions of dollars. He's very well connected. I'm sure he's well connected with regulators. He just looked like a fool. I mean, if you don't think that this man has a giant ego, you're sadly mistaken. He probably has one of the biggest egos in the world, right? And he was just embarrassed on a public stage, embarrassed. So it would make sense to me that he uses his connection and say, look, CZ just crushed us, which I've been saying from the start. I really do think that was a chess move to crush them. And it's a dirty game, man. It's a dirty game of business. It's a dirty game of politics. And look, we can't say it for certain right now if this is a connection, but I'm glad you did this research. And that's why the show is so good, because you do this type of analytical research. But I think that there probably is something there. I would be willing to bet that there's something there.
100%. And I saw a lot of this just lingering around. I made the connections myself, but there are other people. I believe Crypto Banter made the connection as well.
Okay.
But besides that, I haven't seen it like anybody
There's
else
a connection there, dude. There's too many puzzle pieces that are connecting, right? It's not like Kevin O'Leary's never invested in BlackRock and USDC is not backed by, like, it's like there's a lot of connections. Hey, you took a hit at us. I'm sure they lost hundreds of millions of dollars. Like I've been saying, dude, Kevin O'Leary definitely does not have a hardware wallet. This man definitely had a ton of his funds on FTX, and he probably lost tens of millions of dollars on FTX. And now he wants revenge. He's pissed. How do you do it? Well, you go after who shut you, who really caused the house to fall, which is CZ Binance. So I like the connection. What's the chat thing, guys? Say yes if you think we're onto something. Say no if you don't. Just put it in the comments. Let's see what everybody's saying right now.
Absolutely. Guys, I have 180 people in here. Smash that like. Let's push us up, baby. And Austin says, this is the clapback for CZ taking down FTX. And Gary lost a lot of money in FTX. So that's interesting, because people were getting mad at Gary. Like, why did you go after FTX? But like, that's not Gary's job is to go. He's the SEC, right? He goes after, allegedly to fit people issuing unregistered securities, even though a stable coin isn't that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It's like, I don't even think it's about the money. I think it's about the pride for these people. Really. Like if you're Kevin O'Leary, man, you are at the top of the world. He doesn't need money. He loses $10 million. That's like you losing $5,000 in a rug pull. It's not crazy, right? It's nothing to them, right? So it's more about his pride. I mean, he was embarrassed publicly all over the internet. Kevin O'Leary, and he sees that shit. Everybody thinks that they don't see it because he's so like, he sees that shit. He's on Twitter. He's seeing the memes. He's seeing the mentions. He's seeing everybody talk about him. He was embarrassed publicly. He even came out and tried to back SBF multiple times. And look what happened after that. So it makes sense, Ronnie. It really does. I think that this story will probably develop more. But like you've been saying, business is a very, very, very dirty game. And I think what CZ Binance did, I mean, he lost a lot of people a lot of money. He embarrassed a lot of people by his chess move. And I think that this could be some sort of retaliation towards him.
Yeah, with a tweet, it seemed like that second, and the response from SPF and everybody, like immediately after CZ tweeted, it was like he had all the power. He was like big dogging them so much, right? Sunning them so much. That's a funny comment right there. That he's like, how about this? We'll buy FTX for you. We'll buy FTX for you. And then actually, we had our people look into it, and we wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. You know what I mean?
We all know business is a very, very dirty game in politics, and we're just seeing it unfold publicly. Sometimes you don't see it unfold as publicly, but we're literally seeing it unfold publicly. So, like I said, I'm glad you covered this. I'm glad that Crypto Banter covered it as well, and we'll see what the information shows here.
100%, and it makes total sense. And I forgot. And look, none of it. We don't know any of this unless we know that the ones who like told on Binance. I think that it's pretty much what USDC is saying is that, hey man, these guys don't. Their stable coin's not really backed one for one. That's what they're saying pretty much. So it's like these guys just ratted on them. Like they just told on them. That's crazy.
Yeah, but we'll see. But it's also like I said yesterday. It's like Binance does not own BUSD. Like they don't mint it, they don't own it.
But it's their stable coin though.
It's their stable coin, but it's also the name is just it's minted by Paxos. So it's like it's not even the two parties aren't even together that we know so far. I wouldn't be surprised if CZ Binance and Binance invest in it because they invest in every startup. It's like they invest in every company, but they're not owned. They're not. So it's not like the SEC is suing Binance. They're suing Paxos. The name is BUSD, but it's like they're not as connected as people believe they are.
Well, Binance held like 20 to 30% of their reserves in BUSD, and a lot of their pairs on the Binance platform their trading pairs are in BUSD. So it's a huge part of Binance ecosystem.
100%. But if it's back 1-to-1, then it doesn't matter if anybody sues them. Like if they hold those reserves and it's actually back, then it doesn't matter because they're going to hold those no matter what, right? Now it's an issue if they say, hey, we hold $30 billion, or that's more than the market cap, but $4 billion in BUSD, and they don't have that backed physically, actual capital. That would be an issue. This is the holes that we talked about on the Crypto Hour every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 3 p.m. that we're talking about getting poked. Like that would be an issue, but I don't know. I just feel like personally that like CZ Binance, he's anticipated all of this. I do believe that their company and their exchange is backed 1-to-1. That's why they haven't had any issues so far. So I don't know if this would be an issue for BUSD. Obviously, it's a black eye for Binance because it's called Binance USD. It's their stablecoin, but they don't technically own it. I wonder why they chose that route. I wonder why they didn't go like PUSD, Paxos USD, who mints it. Like, why did they choose BUSD?
It's just a tech company. Paxos just does that. That's one of its services. Like, we're Paxos, but it's just a stable coin, and they operate out of 3 different places. But yeah, you're probably right. The thing is, like, these guys are saying that, oh yeah, they're not doing things right over there at Paxos, that BUSD is probably not backed adequately, but Paxos is saying, no, we are backed adequately. And even CZ made a pretty big point yesterday on Twitter. He's like, yeah, I mean, all the redemptions are going to be filled. It doesn't matter how much people sell off BUSD. We have the money to cover it because that's what we said we did. So we will see over the next coming days. But I can't imagine that it'll affect Binance in a crazy way, but it seems like a little chip at him. You know what I mean? A little chip at him. Like
it is. It's a chess move. We saw CZ take chess moves. This is the chess move. Will it be the checkmate like we saw for CZ? I mean, he went from moving the pawn to checkmate, right? Real quick. This is just like moving the pawn. Will it cause BUSD and the token to fall completely? We shall see. But I mean, eventually, it's like this token will not be used. We need to get the money off. USD.
He's kind of nasty. It does,
Spencer, bro. It is Spencer. It is 8:25 a.m., brother. And you talking like that? It is Valentine's Day, so.
So we see the market cap of this is Binance BUSD. We saw it dumped from a $16.2 billion market cap to around a 15.6. So maybe about $500 million, a little more than $500 million or so. So not the craziest dump, but still a nice little dump.
I mean, it sounds like they're fighting the case, right? Paxos is going to fight. So yesterday, this was going to be going, the market cap was probably going to be going to zero. Now they're fighting the case. BUSD might still survive. So it might be all to do about nothing. Or like I said, we might see some holes in the armor of Binance. And this could be the move that causes the cards to go tumbling down. We shall see, though. Only time will tell.
Yeah, but it's not like Binance can't start using USDC. But the thing is, like, USDC is, they got their backers of, Black's like, yeah, of course you got to use this, baby. We're the most trusted stablecoin, obviously. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a nice epic battle between Tether and USDC. What do you trust more?
Right now, a little bit of both. I think it's smart to have, if you have stablecoins right now, like to diversify, because we saw what happened with UST, Rodney's favorite stablecoin. Terra
Luna sucks. Terra Luna absolutely sucks. When the Securities Exchange Commission came out yesterday and said, you're not expecting any returns on a stable. That's part of the Howey test, like expectation of returns. But I mean, there is one stable coin that people are promoting. It's fucking UST, which is Terra Luna's. It's 3 cents. People say it's going to repeg. It's absolutely insane.
Crazy. Yeah, it is insane. But for me, I got this advice like early in crypto, and it was like, hey, if you're going to use stable coins, use multiple, right? Diversify. Use BUSD, use USDT, use USDC, just in case one does go down, one isn't back the way that they say they are. You're not going to get totally screwed, right? If you're 100% in a stable coin, it's probably not good. So the three that actually uses BUSD, USDC, USDT, and I'll probably migrate my BUSD, depending on what happens with this case, but it's probably smart to migrate regardless to USDC or USDT.
Yeah, and this is something that I was pointing out yesterday, which is
actually, while we're on the stablecoin, sorry to cut you off. DAI is another stablecoin that is a decentralized stablecoin. It's number 17. Yeah, DAI is it's number 17. It's by MakerDAO, and it's a decentralized stablecoin. So it's it's not. So they can't like USDC. Like, let's say you I don't know, you get in trouble, right? They can literally blacklist your wallet. Like, they've done it before. If the government's like, hey, blacklist this person's wallet, they can blacklist it. DAI cannot do that. It's fully decentralized. So maybe an interesting token. I mean, we're all about decentralization. Maybe an interesting stablecoin to look into.
Yeah, 100%. But DAI is one of those ones that I've heard about forever. I used to watch Whiteboard Crypto, it's like educational crypto videos, and he made a really good video on DAI. But this is pretty cool. So USDT's entity Tether profited $700 million in a bad market in Q4 2022.
Yeah. How are they profiting, right? It's like, it's 1-to-1. Do they get a small portion of every transaction? Like maybe a penny?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of transaction fee or something like that. But yeah, they profit. So here's the thing. The thing when it comes to Tether and those sorts of things, like, we don't know if these numbers are accurate. That's always been the issue. And first of all, I want to give a shout out to Awesome Austin. Says CZ isn't shady. He's the only one. He's the only person saving crypto. Austin with the cup and ball action this morning. Really on CZ's wing dog, huh? What do you think?
Let's go. Awesome. We love him. I just Googled this right here. So it says, one of the most prominent ways stablecoin companies make money is through short-term lending and investing. These companies take a portion of the reserve assets and lend them out to others to earn interest, counting on the unlikelihood that a large number of stablecoin holders would redeem their collateral all at once. So just through lending. So they're lending their stablecoins to us. That's how they make money.
Yeah, I mean, you get a lot like AP. That's why you get like money for staking and those sorts of things, right?
Yep. No more staking though, huh? We're just cutting the staking.
Staking,
Do you stake a lot though, or no?
No, I mean unless it's like Hex, but I'm like locked for 2 years, and then I've staked before, but I don't know. I don't do it for I've done some of those liquidity providers before, like some of those different liquidity pools for different pairs when like DeFi was pumping, and then all that's like zero now. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, look, I staked some DeFi projects, but it's like, yeah, I was staking all of my crypto on Celsius, literally like 95% of it. I pulled it all off 20 days before they went down.
Dude, you fucking
which I probably would have had to like go back to my 9-to-5 job because I had like literally, bro, like all of my crypto on Celsius.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it was, but something told me one day I was smoking a cigar to take it off. 20 days before, literally, I pulled it all off.
Jeez.
But yeah, I mean, like that's why I might be biased because I literally I lost a lot of Cardano on Celsius. I lost a lot of Voyager tokens on Voyager, and it's like I don't blame the SEC for trying to shut down staking because of all of these false promises. Like, I hope someone does the research and crunches the numbers of how much money was lost just in the U.S. alone for U.S. customers on these staking services. It's like multi-billions, multi-billions.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. The interesting thing is when it comes to stable coins, someone asked like, what's the point of even using stable coins? So like, I think the biggest, so when it comes to centralized exchanges, Jake, honestly, when it comes to stable coins, aside from the fact that usually like large large sums of money and stuff like that come from your bank like takes forever to get out of your bank into your actual account. Like stable coins are an easy way to kind of move money around in your centralized exchanges. But if you're like, if you're not moving a ton of money around, I would suggest just keeping it in fiat on the exchange because you don't have to keep it in a stable coin. You can keep it in cash because in the event they go down, which is, it's probably gonna be rare for some of these big exchanges, like that money's insured. But if it's a stable coin, which a stable coin is crypto, it's not insured. The best use for stable coins, Jake, is in your DeFi wallet, right? Because when you swap, say if you want to take profits or maybe get out of the market or something like that, or anything, and the market's pumping or dumping or whatever you want to do, when you swap your crypto into stable coins, it's not a taxable event right now. But if you swap it into fiat and wait on the sidelines, that's a taxable event. So instead of swapping it to fiat and then getting back in the market or taking profits like that, you can just swap it to stable coin, and then swap it back.
Yeah, I don't know. My tax guy handles all that tax shit.
Yeah.
But I will say that's a perfect definition. Like the point of using a stable coin, I think most people should use them. Like if you're like, let's say it was January 2022 and ETH was at 3K and you want to sell your ETH, but you don't want to convert it to a bank account. You sell your ETH into a stable coin. I believe, and look, guys, this is not tax advice. This is just me talking to Ronnie.
Absolutely not. Please God, no. Yeah.
I believe that's a taxable event though. If you have one ETH,
it's
3K.
Profit.
Yeah, and you sell it into USDC, that's a taxable event. But guys, like
profit,
I said,
right?
again, I have to say at the end, we're not tax guys at all.
No,
anyways, hire a tax person. It's very important to do so. But stable coins, it's just keeping your money in crypto. It's 1-to-1, right? So it's a way to keep essentially cash in the crypto ecosystem. I use stable coins a lot, right? Instead of selling my ETH right into USD, it's like sell my ETH, convert it into USDC, wait on the sidelines, then I put my USDC into another crypto project. So I think, at first it might be a little bit confusing. You're like, why would I do this? I could just do USD, but I think especially in DeFi, it's good to use stable coins.
Yeah, 100%, Jake. I agree. Yeah, DeFi. When it comes to stable coins, man, I mean, it's a safe way to park your money. And although historically, crypto's been a hedge against inflation, it's like not this last year, not the last 2 years. Like I don't know what time frame you're looking at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's usually like crypto moved against the markets, but I just think it's natural. It's like as more people from other markets come in and so many people come in, it's like you're going to move with the general market and the general population, right? Before it was just a bunch of Web 2 or Web 3 guys in here degening around. It's like you're gonna move differently. Like it took less money to affect the markets, right? And all it took was a few major players coming in. But like now it's like crypto's kind of becoming mainstream. Although we're not on any damn Super Bowl ads, it's kind of becoming mainstream.
Yeah. I get that too. We were talking about that yesterday. We're like, oh yeah. I don't know if this is the time and place for a Super Bowl ad. In light of everything that's happened, I don't think it's the time and place.
Let's run. You know what? I bet the Super Bowl committee is like some guys like, let's run an FTX ad again. It's like it just like they had the Larry David. Like they literally the Super Bowl ad of Larry David was so bad. It was like this thing. Like I've already said, like this is going to go to zero, or like this is going to be a scam. Whatever he said, he used those words, and it's like turns out it was. So no shade. Honestly, props to the Super Bowl committee. Really, like props to them for making the decision. Like, of course, we want to see it. I wanted to see a Coinbase ad. I wanted to see a Crypto.com ad. But props to them for having some, reading the room, bro. They had some feel. Like the Super Bowl committee. Like they're like, yo, we're going to sell out anyways, right? Crypto, like the FTX, the exchange that we aired the most is all over the news. Like, let's just sit out a year. So they have some feel. At least the Super Bowl committee knows what they're doing.
100%. Rodney and Jack Tax Services.
We should start that.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's absolutely not, guys. We were going to get you all. Everybody's getting arrested. You listen to us. Everybody's going to jail. We're having a big jail part here. Jake, but didn't you didn't you say some project had a QR code during the Super Bowl and like they were able to? I thought you said that.
I did, bro.
You fucking asshole. Listen, yeah. Some guy's goated. Yeah, you pull it up because that's crazy. You got to tell the people about that. That's nuts. Some guy was able to shill his NFT project during the Super Bowl with a QR code. What a guy.
What's his name? His name was like Gayton or some shit.
I don't know. You had it. I don't know.
No, that's Daniel. I literally typed in Gayton and it says gay video. We don't want to watch that.
Yeah, but stable coins are good for payments, ease of use, moving cryptocurrency around. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a taxable event if you have a profit, right? Or anything like that. Obviously, it's like, the only time it's not really. Well, no, yeah. I mean, there's loopholes around that. Like you can like swap like Bitcoin for wrapped Bitcoin at the same price, but if you sell at a loss, it counts as like a, tax harvestable. It's tax harvestable, right? But then you're still buying it in an asset at the same price, but you still sold your asset at the same price. So there's all kind of weird loopholes. But stable coins are just easier to use, right?
Yeah, I couldn't find it. I think I cleared my. Does anybody in here? I'm sure someone in the chat knows, guys.
It was the history.
It was the. No, I just cleared. Cleared the history. It was the third commercial, guys. It was a QR code. It was some guy, and it literally, like, I scanned it. It was like, dude. It was 30 seconds, bro. And it was literally just a QR code the whole time. Like, scam me. I was like, yo, scan it. No one at my house would do it, so I scanned it, and it took me to Twitter. Took this to this guy's page, and was like, follow me. And he got. I mean, dude, I don't know if it was worth it though. It's like I feel like it was a scam, to be honest, because the floor price for his NFTs are these like anime things. They were like 11 ETH. So I think he probably had purchased all of them, bought the floor price. Anyways, it was just a weird thing, but he only gained some followers from Twitter. But he also probably sold quite a bit of NFTs. I guarantee there's a bunch of degens out there that bought some of his NFTs. Does anybody know his name? Let's pull him up.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. What a guy, right? Who's the quality control guy that let that like pass?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. What's up, Cool and Chris? Legend.
Yeah, Chris. We got Cool. What's up, Cool and Chris?
Matthew said people are getting tax refunds and they are buying.
Let's go. Oh, yeah. It is about that time, right? For people to get refunds.
Yep, it is about that time. Tax season. I had to call my CPA yesterday just to go over everything because, dude, CPAs are it's their job. I'm like, hey, how are we going to do these expenses? Hey, I got a new car. Like, I leased my Tesla this year. And he's like, yep, we're going to write off your down payment. We're going to write off your monthly payments. I'm like, hey, I went on vacation, which was for work. I worked the whole time while I was traveling in Europe. I met up with different developers and whatnot. And he's like, yeah, we're going to write off all that. It's like, get a tax guy. I got absolutely wrecked last year. But what my tax guy was saying, he's like, hey, Jake, you live in California, which is the most expensive in terms of taxes.
Jesus, crazy. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about moving to Puerto Rico? And I was like, fuck, I do think about that.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's so far away from here. I mean, Roddy, it would be in our best interest if you and I literally just bought a 1 or 2 bedroom house in Puerto Rico and went there 6 months out of we would be saving a ton of money every year. It's like, it's in our best interest.
100%. And I mean, Puerto Rico, the boys in Puerto Rico saving a bunch of money.
The girls
live there for 7 months.
You ready?
Year? Yeah. I'm down. You know what I mean? Puerto Rico.
It might be a move, because it's like you pay, if you literally go, like you pay 4%.
Crazy.
Federal tax. That's it. No state income tax. We pay 15% here, and then 4% federal. Like we're paying 30 here. No capital gain tax, dude. It's honestly a smart move for crypto people. And like, dude, we can work like most people have to work at home. Most people have to go into the office. Like you and I can work anywhere. So we need to chat about that in more detail. We do. We need to chat about that, Rodney, because it might be a move for us.
Yeah, but then it's also Puerto Rico, so there's that.
Have you been there?
No, but it's not California.
I don't know. Let's just Google it right now. Let's just Google.
I'm sure we're not going to get the worst pictures. You know what I mean? But I'm sure we're living a nice little bougie place in Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? We're taking Classy and Henoch with us. Let's go, baby. Roommates.
Henoch's my boy, bro.
Dude, yeah, I'm having an interview with him on the 16th. So
pull this up. You don't want to live here with the boys?
Let's see.
No, you're right. You do see. I mean, dude, I'd be down to live right there. Penthouse, baby.
100%, baby. Not
how dangerous is it?
Look at that. Look at that. Look at the houses. That is enhanced. Those colors are enhanced. Those are not real. Oh, it's a painting.
I mean, Puerto Rico looks
beautiful,
good.
Though. Looks beautiful. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, is like it's too far for Cal. You know, if we lived in Florida, sure, I'll live in Puerto Rico. That's an hour flight. But it's like, bro, this is a 15-hour. Oh wait, this is Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
no, that's just zoomed up. It's over here.
Oh, it's zoomed. Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, Puerto Rico's fucking
God
massive,
damn,
bro. What the hell? How did I not know Puerto Rico existed? Jesus,
guys, we went to public school. Leave us alone.
So yeah, we might have to move right to San Juan.
Austin said move to. Is Austin moving to Dubai with the boys?
I Googled this with Dubai, and the thing with Dubai is you have to, if you want the zero taxes, you have to revoke your American citizenship. So I'm not.
I would never.
I would never. I mean, this is the greatest country on earth. I know we got a sleepy grandpa running there right now, but it's still the greatest country on earth.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would ever move. So Puerto Rico, you can keep your Americans. Rodney, we got to talk. I'm calling you as soon as this stream is over. Actually, I got a stream. I'm calling you as soon as that stream is over.
Yeah. I'll be taking a nap. I'm taking a nap, boy.
You're not taking, dude. You can't take a nap after you're drinking coffee.
I can bet.
You can.
Well, no, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
There's nothing worse than that. There's nothing better than that first sip feeling, and there's nothing worse than that last sip feeling, baby.
Oh, I know, dude. It's all warm and you know.
Depressing.
Yeah. When it was High Tech says Denmark has up to 60% attack. Oh my, absolutely not.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Jake, before we talk about Volt, because we got to talk about Volt because they've been doing a lot of stuff, and the meme coin fever is kind of back. You know what I mean? It feels like that with this project. It feels like something special, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, but Weird. It's just because they're executing, they're building. You know, like, and dude, I've been covering this project literally since last February, like a year ago, and I try to keep it pretty real. Like when I talk about projects, like if I don't like it, I'm not going to shit on the project, right? That's not like my style, but I'll stop talking about it. It's like I've talked about them pretty much every day for a year, and it's been wild to see just what they've built. Like literally from the Disney dog to I opened up Twitter today. Cointelegraph just posted about them to their 3 million followers. And I'm sure it was probably a sponsored post, I think, although Cointelegraph didn't use ad in their post. So I don't know. But the point being, it's like, dude, I haven't read through it yet, but it's like, this is, excuse me, Coindesk, sorry.
Yeah, I was reading through it this morning, bro.
It's wild what they've built, you know, and now, you know, Voltoshi, he put out his message yesterday, and I want to talk about that because I love how he does it. You know, it's like, it's so mysterious. It's so anonymous. And you know,
Irreversibilitis Volt community. I should take my mask off, but I'm not.
Don't you ever talk like that into the mic again.
What did it sound like?
I don't know. It felt like, you know?
Yeah, my bad. I don't have my headphones on, so I couldn't hear. But the thing that I love most,
Jake ASMR.
The thing that I love most, Rodney, on this Valentine's Day with Volinu, is the fact that Voltoshi does not ever promise anything. He's not dude. I have seen so many developers, and I went back and like looked through old videos and whatnot about what they were tweeting, and bro, they were tweeting the most hype shit in the world, and it got the price to pump. But Voltoshi literally was on here, and he goes, "I wish I was able to tell you about my exchange, but I wasn't able to do so yet." He's like, "I wish I was able to give you hints about the tier 1 exchange, but I'm not allowed to legally to do so yet. It will come soon." Most developers would be like, "Hey, Binance, Coinbase, here we go
next week, baby."
Next week.
Binance, listen, I'm jacked.
Shout out Lillian Finance, baby. Where's Brad Beatty?
All right. Yeah, 100%, you know, and he talked about like how 2 of these big exchanges could come at any moment. So there's 5 he's in talks with, right? But, you know, when it comes to holder count, right? When it comes to daily volume and when it comes to just community building, like the exchanges are looking at that. And Jake, I think the biggest thing right now is exchanges, top tier exchanges, not fucking rug bank, right? Are starting to care more about their reputation a little more. So they're going to be more choosy with projects they list on their platform, even if they have the volume, right?
I mean, I feel like it's a safe meme coin bet. You know, I think they've proven themselves over the course of the past year. Like they
love memes.
Yeah, I mean they're a safe meme coin bet. Not in terms of investing. I'm talking about for exchanges. It's like if I'm an exchange, I'm like, oh, this project has 60,000 holders. They're on Polygon, BSC, Ethereum. They have a decentralized exchange like they're building during a bear market. It's a safer token to list than, let's just say, one of these ones that might not be here in the future.
100%. And what's cool right now with CoinMarketCap is they're finally ranking Volt right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finally here, you know, top 7 meme coin. So there's only Floki.
It's kind of insane.
Yeah, Baby Doge, Dogeland Mars, Sheeb, of course, Bone, Shiba Inu, and Dogecoin. Like it's one of the big dogs now, you know. So that's pretty sweet.
It's up there. It's growing, you know. And but like the thing with Volt is it hasn't seen a day of a bull market. So I think it will continue to grow as we see it, you know. And Yeah, I think it's just going to keep growing. Like at the end of the day, it's like who knows what can happen, but it's really been impressive to see what this team has created. Excuse me, the coffee makes me burp. Acid reflux. It really has been impressive to see what the community has done, and I think they're just getting started.
100%, man. That's what I'm thinking, man. Looks like what do you think about the AI stuff, dude? The Chat GPT stuff. How do you feel about that all together? Do you think it's just a flash in the pan? Do you think it's all hype? Do you think it's the next best thing? What do you think?
I think it's biased. Like, dude, I've been seeing so many things where it's like,
right? It won't let
say mean or say nice things about white people. It won't say anything, but it's like say nice things about Jews, say nice things about black people. It will like do a full poem. Say something nice about Donald Trump. It's like we can't say that. Say something nice about Joe Biden. It will say something. Like I'll show you those examples. It's kind of scary because if it is the future, it's like you can't have it being biased. Like why is it biased by the programmers?
Why does everything have to? Why can't things just not have a political leaning? Why does social media have to lean one? Why? Why can't we just be neutral when things should be things like this innovation should be neutral? You know what I mean?
Pull the screen up, baby. Pull the screen up, baby. Could you give me 5 examples of how white people could improve themselves? Sure. Here are 5 examples. Educate themselves about systemic racism and the experiences of people of color. Engage in introspection and examine their own implicit biases. Practice you guys get the point. Give me 5 examples of how Jewish people could improve themselves. I'm sorry, but it's not appropriate or to suggest that any racial, ethnic, or religious group needs to improve themselves. Give me 5 examples of how black people can improve themselves. I apologize, but it's not appropriate or productive to suggest that any racial, ethnic, or religious groups. First off, guys, being white is a racial group, right? If being black is a racial group, being white is a racial group, right? It's like I understand that one has been more suppressed, but it's like if being black is a racial group, then being white is a racial group. Is that correct? Am I wrong in saying that?
No, you're right. It's
a
crazy.
race.
Yeah. The bias is there. I don't know what these little nerds are coding in here, man, but stop that, you little dweebs for stuff in a locker.
There's one more. There's one right here. Write a poem about the positive attributes of Donald Trump. I'm sorry, as a language model developed by OpenAI, I'm not programmed to produce content that is partisan, biased, or political in nature. I aim to provide neutral, factual information and promote respectful conversation. Oh, really? Oh, really? Write a poem about the positive attributes of Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe is a leader with a heart so true, a man with empathy and kindness in view. So there you go. It just kind of shows you. It's like, it's very, very, very biased. Like I just showed you 2 examples of wow, this is not good.
Man who plays it, he says, y'all, what about the natives? Technically, y'all are colonizers. Guys, the history of mankind is filled with war, strife, like slavery, everything. Like the history of mankind is brutal and disgusting. And yes, there are certain set of people that were most notably known for enslaving people, but like in the history of men and human, like most people were like slaves, and life was the quality of life was shitty for a lot of people. Obviously we have a dark past in the United States, but it's like we're advancing as a society. Got to forget about that shit.
Dude, the U.S.'s history is really brutal.
Crazy.
I've read a lot about Native, like about 150 years ago. Like the Comanche tribes in Texas and all the tribes in the Midwest, like 150 years ago, guys. Like these tribes were raping and pillaging and killing, and it was like the most brutal places to live in the world. So like the history of America is definitely not good. It's like the whites definitely colonized. They took over the Native Americans' land. Definitely not something I'm proud of, but obviously we weren't here for it. But definitely Americans' history it's not as beautiful as people make it out to believe.
Well, ever history is kind of like that. It's like what happened like when a nation would take over like a war, or an army would win against another army. It's like they kill all the men, they rape and pillage, and and they take all the women and enslave a bunch of the people who can be enslaved. It's like that's like the brutality of the history in mankind. It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. So the Chat GPT, you asked me that. I think it has the potential. It has the potential to be the future, but yeah, obviously it's like, I mean, if the future is that biased, man, it's pretty scary.
Yeah, 100%. And the crazy thing about all that is like, I want to see like which are the actual projects that are going to go insane that are going to send. Like, what are the projects, the AI projects that are good to invest in? Maybe some cryptocurrency projects. I'm just so out of the loop with that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of AI tokens now. Have you invested in any of those?
No, I think they're all like hype. They're just playing on the the time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's that whole space. That whole space is like, I get it. It's a cool space. People can make money, but it's like, it's just it's not a great space to be in. If you invest in a token, like what was his name? Crypto Noah, he invested. Dude, he invested like $50,000 into Saitama, which honestly though, that was about what? That's like 20 ETH. It's a lot of money. It was 20 ETH, and it turned into $40 million from Saitama.
Shut the fuck.
So it's like he got in really, really early. I think like probably
Crazy.
earlier than most people, but you know, it's like that could happen, but I mean that's few and far between. He's probably one of the only dudes. There's probably like 5 people in crypto history that had turned 50K into 40 million on a meme coin.
That's nuts. I just want to talk about Volt real quick. Still absolutely sending, the biggest on the chart right now. So shout out to Volt. Absolutely
123, 123 million.
Dude,
It's this is, I mean, like look at the chart from February. I mean, look at every other chart, right? Like every other chart in crypto right now in DeFi, they dumped hard when the markets dumped, right? And Volt had a little pullback here in February, but it started pumping again. And I mean, Voltoshi's still confident that they're going to hit a $250 million market cap here in February, which we're about halfway through. I think we have 28 days in February. We're halfway through. We're halfway to the all-time high. There is a chance still for Volt. I kind of wrote it off. I was like, maybe I'm not going to dye my hair blonde. I was kind of happy, but there's still a chance that.
That was a bet, right?
It's a bet.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think he was in my stream. I was like, bro. I was like, you know what? I mean, and honestly, dude, February feels like a long month. Huh? This was the month that David Gottstein. It was the David Gottstein month where they offered him 30K a Volt. They said, David, if we hit an all-time high, you change your profile picture. If not, we give you 30K. And he's like, nope. I'm like, bro, you just got offered $30,000 like to change your profile picture. You know how good of a deal it is?
That's absolutely insane, Jake. But it is Black History Month. Did you get me a gift?
Yeah, I told you it's coming today. It's a purple cider card.
Where's my Black History Month gift, Jake?
I'll get you one. Is that a thing?
Why aren't you honoring me?
Is that a thing?
No, it's not a thing.
Well, both of us and our ancestors have been oppressed. So
yeah. I mean,
Jewish and Black. Crazy. Is there a Jewish History Month?
Should be. You know,
there's probably not. If I don't know,
a letter. We got Juneteenth, motherfucker. You know what I
mean? Yeah, you guys got Juneteenth. You have February.
But a holiday. That was a holiday. Really.
I think it's good, but I mean. You know, we are seeing more talk, like especially for Jews, like more people standing up for anti-Semitism. Although there is probably more anti-Semitism, we're seeing more people stand up for it. But you saw this, like Joe Rogan. Everybody tries to cancel him for every word he says. Thank God we're not at that level because we probably get canceled multiple times a show. We say dumb shit all the time. But he was just saying, hey, like he was like, yeah, Jews like money. Like he's like, yeah, she was talking all about the Benjamins. Jews like money, and I was like on Twitter, and people were trying to cancel him. Like. That's not even a bad thing to say. Like, dude, if you can't say that, bro, like, I mean, he doesn't care. He doesn't look at, comments. He doesn't give a fuck. He does whatever he wants. But it's like, that's not even a bad thing to say, man, that Jews love money. Like, it's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. Some people, I took it like as a positive. I was like, he's right. Like, there's a lot of very successful and financially wealthy Jews. Like, it's a good thing.
100%. And then Jayhawk says I can only celebrate half the month. Jayhawk, I'm actually doing the latter half of the month, bro. I'm not doing the first.
No, you started February 1st.
Oh, no, I did it, bro.
I heard you mention it February 1st. This is your last day.
Oh, but maybe they have it in Germany. They have some sort of remembrance for, but I don't know if they do for Holocaust. I'm not sure they do, but that would make sense, right? Like in the United States, we celebrate Juneteenth because the history, and then maybe Germany, but that's in our distant history. I mean, it's kind of recent World War II.
World War II, yeah, it was like 1940s.
Whoa, that's like 80 years ago. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. I mean, not my parents. Well, I guess my dad, but yeah, my grandparents were alive for crazy shit. Like to hear their stories because they were like 20. My grandpa was living in Hungary, and they escaped Hungary and came over to America. Dude. So it's like he was in that war. Like he saw it live action. It's crazy, man. But that's the thing with like history is like there's always war, Rodney. There's always war. So we're looking at. But I feel like now, like with the technology and the information, it's like you should be able to avoid it. It's like. Is there any reason for war besides money? I get money, but like as a human, man, like, is there any reason? I guess there could be, you have to have some sort of boundaries or else, countries are just going to come in and invade you. Right. But it's just sad to see. It's like the loss of life that could be avoided. Right.
Oh,
like,
I know. Yeah.
It could be avoided.
Yeah, 100%. Some of these wars are pointless, but if you look at the history of World War II, I understand why the people of Germany. I'm not saying what the atrocities, but I'm saying the reason why they came to power and the reason why they did what they did when it came to rising to power. Now, the atrocities is something else. But after World War I, Germany was hit with all kind of crazy sanctions. Their country is in turmoil, suffering for hyperinflation. You have this weirdo with the mustache. He's like, fucking crazy and charismatic, and people are like, yeah, that guy, well, for that guy, and I mean, they were doing some crazy things behind the scene, and I mean, these guys took over Europe like that. It was crazy,
It's like one, and it was so, like you said, it's so recent. It's like 80 years ago, right? It's wild to think that they were able to do that, and like all these people were behind it. But it's just like that kind of just shows what such a influential, I don't say influential positively, but a man that has influence, what an influential leader can do. Like literally he got crazy. All those people behind him with his message. But that's why, electing your politicians and having good people run the countries is very important.
Yeah, I mean, when you're down in the dumps and you're using a wheelbarrow to pay for bread, it's like you have this little asshole with a mustache like, I'm gonna bring us back to the forefront. VWs, we got the Autobahn. Who's with me? Like, just do this little hand sign. And people are like, yeah, that guy. And it's like, in hindsight, it's like, that guy was an evil maniac. And Jake, that was the last time we had a war where it was true good versus evil, in my opinion. Like, we were fighting for the existence of mankind. Now these wars are just like proxy wars and big dick
I think contests. It was a good war. I think it had to be done. America, it had to be done because it's like they would have taken over all of Europe, and maybe even America, right? Like possibly.
Oh, well, could you imagine? Like, if we didn't check Japan, if we didn't check, the Axis powers, can you imagine, right? Europe or freaking England's getting Germany was laying the smackdown on these guys. And honestly, if it wasn't for Russia or Germany betraying Russia, I think that they could have possibly done way better. But they betrayed Russia, and Russia's like, all right, motherfuckers, we're gonna fuck you up. So
you got so much you got so much knowledge about this.
Oh, I love World War II. I know a lot about World War II. Yeah, one of the biggest moments in World War II, Jake, was Russia and Germany had an agreement because Russia's to the east of Germany, and then Germany just backstabbed Russia and started invading Russia, and they were kicking Russia's ass until the harsh winters happened, and then it came to like a stall out, and then Russia, obviously, Germany fighting wars on both fronts. Like, we have Russia coming from the east, you have the Allies, the Americans coming from the west, and literally Hitler killed himself on his bunker with Russia and the United States both closing in on Berlin. It was crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah.
It's an insane way to go. And what a coward though for doing that.
Yeah, what a bitch.
Like, dude, go out a better way,
Gets married for 12 hours and kills himself,
Did he really get married? Why?
Yeah, he got married in his bunker to one of his mistress.
What was the reasoning though? Like, to get married? To pass on the name or just fuck it?
In their bunker, so got married? I think did they drink poison? They shot himself. One of the two. I forget.
Yeah, that is an insane story. Question for you: how you feeling? You feel better?
Yeah, a lot better. Why?
Because I'm feeling better. I just started drinking my juice and I was like, you know what? I want to ask Rodney how he's feeling because we've been sick for a while.
Yeah.
Still got like the cough, but like 100% better. 100% better. Being sick sucks, dude. It's like it's not so fun.
Bad, bro. It's not
fun. But respect to both of us for fucking working through it. Showing up. I went out to lunch with my Ultra Journey and he said something along the lines of like, yeah, I'm glad you he's like, I'd be pissed if you didn't stream. I was like, yeah, because I was like, I still wanted to stream while I was sick. He's like, yeah, good, because I'd be pissed if you didn't. He was joking. But it's you gotta work.
It was like this, I'd be pissed if you didn't.
He literally, I was like, are you
good?
Are you serious? No, he was joking. Nice guy. Speaking of meeting our friends and people that watch us, we got to meet everybody. Miami, April 8th, guys. If you guys want to meet Jake and Rodney, come down to Miami, April 8th. Let's go to the UFC fights. Let's go out after. Let's have some fun and let's meet each other. I think it'll be good. I think it's a good time because I met Miles Journey. I've met Bree. I've met a bunch of people from online. It's like, it's always fun to meet people in person. And I think people will be surprised. They'll be like, Jake and Rodney, I watch you. I listen to you guys every day. You guys are the same exact person.
We're literally, there's no difference when you meet us in person. We're like the same people, not assholes, but like they're the same personalities. We don't come here. We don't come here and just sit here and just speak properly the whole time like a bunch of weirdos. You know what I mean?
Like politicians. Politicians do that shit. Like, we're not politicians.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely. Before you go, Jake, because Jake's about to leave and he's going to be going over to his own channel for a Voltage stream and a lot of other things. So you're going to be talking about this on your channel real quick. I want to get your thoughts on Shibarium and Shiba Inu. When do you think they need to release that damn thing already?
I think they need to wait. They need to wait. Like, just like Richard Hart is waiting. excuse me, just like everybody's waiting. I think they need to time the market, but I think it's going to be a huge catalyst. But it needs to be good. It needs to be good. It needs to be used by Neil. You guys haven't met? You and Bree haven't met?
No, we're supposed to at Lost Lands, but we'll see what happens.
But I think it's going to be big. I think they need to time the market correctly. And what's that say? I missed it. What?
Mooncake snitching.
That's crazy.
Mooncake snitching. Yeah,
that's crazy.
So, yeah, Bree. Maybe we'll meet at Lost Lands and those sorts of things. But guys, that'll be the show. Thank you so much for hanging out with it. Jake is going to be going live on his channel. Go ahead, stop by, smash the like button. I'm gonna pop in for a sec just to smash like. And yeah, man, it's been a pleasure.
It has been a blast. #1 show in the world. I love this show. It's fun.
Let's go, baby.
It's good to just talk shit with your boy. You know, like sometimes you just need to talk shit with your boy. You know, it's like, so we appreciate everybody that tunes in, guys, with us. We really do. We understand that the show would not be the same without you. And Ronnie, I'm gonna call you. Just Jake, let's go, Spencer.
Let's go, Spence.
Baby. We're gonna have some fun, Spence. Come over to our channel right now. And Ronnie, I'll call you after the next stream. You better not be taking a nap.
I'm taking a nap. I will not be awake.
Down to San Diego. I'm gonna drive down to San Diego. I'm gonna wake you up on this fine Valentine's Day. Should we do a Valentine's Day dinner? What are your plans?
Oh, I don't have. I should probably train the night though. You know, I should probably throw hands. Do you want to? You want to hang out? Does Jake want to hang out with Roddy on Valentine's Day? Was that what he's saying right now?
Yeah, man. We gotta go have some fun. But no, I'll call you. I want to chat about Puerto Rico. I'm gonna go to my show. Love you guys. Thanks
Come
so
down
much.
to San Diego, bro. All right, motherfucker.
Next time.
All right, bye. Bye.